Dean, I don't know if you could hear what we were talking about kanina. Kasi there's this proposal in Congress. I think it's RA 7042 to allow virtual weddings. Thankfully naman, hindi naman kailangan na virtual din yung mag-aasawa. Nung una kasi akala ko pati mag-aasawa magkahiwalay eh. Hindi naman pala ganoon. Yung officiating or solemnizing officer lang, tsaka yung guests and witnesses, yung naka-virtual. Pero nasa isang lugar pa rin yung mag-asawa. Dapat naman kasi, di ba? I mean, yung pwede sabihin social distancing, mag-asawa nga sila eh. But I'm wondering, is there really a need to amend the family code or to amend any law? And is there really a need to put this in place?
Yes, there is a need to amend to allow virtual weddings. No? Kasi ang virtual weddings is not a place. There is no legal place in contemplation of law. We have to amend actually Article 3, okay, of the Family Code in relation to that Article 8 also of the Family Code. Because in the Family Code, Article 3, it says that a marriage ceremony which takes place with the appearance of the contracting parties before the solemnizing officer and their personal declaration that they take each other as husband and wife in the presence of not less than 2 witnesses of legal age. In relation to that, merong Article 8, and that is the marriage shall be solemnized publicly in the chambers of the judge or in open court, in the church, chapel, or temple, or in the office of the consul general or vice consul as the case may be, and not elsewhere, except in marriages contracted at the point of death, yung tinatawag nating marriage in articulo mortis or in remote places, or where both of the parties request a solemnizing officer in writing, in which case the marriage may be solemnized at a house or place designated by them in a sworn statement. So it is very clear from the law that the formal aspect of marriage, and that is the ceremony itself, must be conducted or fulfilled in a physical location. And the internet, as I said earlier, is not a place or an entity.
Attorney,
Attorney,
bakit ganun ka-detalye yung law? I mean, bakit ganun ka-specific? Meron pa marami pang fake na, marami bang fake, maraming
sasabihin ko nga, pagka pala abogado nag-define ng marriage, talagang nawawala lahat ng romansa, no? Parang contracting parties.
Parang kontrata talaga. It's a contract.
You really call up marriage being a piece of paper.
But at the end of the day, kasi may requirements kasi ang batas, meron tayong tinatawag. Para maging valid ang marriage, may essential requisites at formal requisites. So pati yung formal requisites, saan ka kinasal, sino ang magkakasal sa'yo, yan, depende yan sa batas ng lugar kung saan ka kinasal. You know, for example lang ho, ang tanong is, kunwari nasa Amerika, meron silang batas sa Amerika allowing online marriages. Valid ba yun dito sa Pilipinas? The answer is yes, because that's just a formal requisite, and the formal requisite pursuant to Article 17 of the Civil Code will have to be governed by the place where the marriage was contracted.
Yeah, Attorney, I just wanted to ask if you make a distinction between online and then online, of course, specifically refers to this platform, but you separate that from the concept of remote. I mean, has the concept of remote never been contemplated by the law? Just as an exercise, I can imagine paano kung yung OFW ikakasal, pagkatapos for some reason hindi siya nakauwi, na-strand siya. Then has this never been contemplated, or has this never been applied even prior to the internet?
The only concept of remoteness, okay, as recognized by the Family Code, was made in relation to the issuance of a marriage license, not with respect to the formal requisites of marriage at ito yung pagkakasal. Hindi yan na-contemplate. Nung panahon kasi na to, hindi naman siguro naisip na posibleng mangyari ito. Yeah. Kaya there is really a need to amend the law in order to make that kind of wedding valid in the Philippines.
But I want to go back to the concept of venue. Why is venue so important? Is it just a matter of knowing the jurisdiction of where your marriage took place, why is venue so integral to the
Okay, venue,
institution?
to my mind, venue is very important because number one, it will affect, of course, the solemnizing officer will be able to see whether the contracting parties have given their consent freely and voluntarily.
Okay.
Secondly, for purposes of jurisdiction, like for example, okay, kunwari ho, yung consul pumunta dito sa Pilipinas, under the family code, pwede nga siya magkasal, pero dun sa stasyon ho niya, no? Between Philippines, umuwi siya dito. Wala technically siyang authority na magkasal. Well, of course, there's an exception that if one or both of the parties believe in good faith that the solemnizing officer has authority, then the marriage is valid. But ang point lang ho kasi ng kailangan na merong lugar kung saan sila kinasal. Hindi pwede kasi mismo saan pwede siya ikasal, no? Yun lang yung problema because the internet is not a space. There should be communication. Yun lang yung sinasabi so that people can go there, the solemnizing officer, the witnesses, at saka ho yung contracting parties.
What we're pursuing that question on the venue. Halimbawa, yung ano, maapektuhan din yun if you want a divorce, di ba? Kasama ko yun sa
Okay.
kasi tayo na lang ang walang divorce no?
Ma'am, if the
That's another importance ba of specifying the venue of the wedding.
not
The jurisdiction, basically.
It has no impact because when you speak of divorce, no? Okay, parang ganito, kung sa Amerika ho kayo kinasal, pareho ho kayong Pilipino, doon may divorce, dito ho wala. Ibig po bang sabihin pwedeng na magdiborsyo? The answer po is no. Because when it comes to family rights, duties, your status, it will be defined by your nationality law and that is Philippine law. So kung sa Amerika po, doon ako nagpakasal, pero dahil ako'y Pilipino, sa Pilipinas wala hong divorce law, hindi ho ako pwedeng mag-divorce.
Ganon.
Kasi kung saan kayo ikinasal, that goes into the form and solemnities of marriage. But when you talk about the essential, your family rights, status, and duty, nasa Article 15 naman ho yan ng City Code, ang basihan ho natin is nationality law. Yun naman.
Attorney, ang tanong ko, no, if you were to craft a bill, no, and I suppose you've read the bill of Congressman Salo, how can you craft it so that it stays within the constitutional requirements and still remain acceptable?
Okay, to begin with, do we need that? That is my first question. Because if we're talking about social distancing, so you have the judge and two contracting parties and two witnesses. Isama ho nyo siguro yung parents. Okay? So you have at max will be 1, 2, 5, to 9. You can very well observe social distancing. Now, if you want other people to watch it, di okay lang ho, stream na lang ho natin sa Facebook.
Right.
Una kong tanong ho is there really a need? You can, in fact, you can even request, in writing that it be conducted in your house. If ang kakasal naman po ay, let's say, ay mayor o kaya ho sa judge, pwede naman ho, lalo na ho yung mayor, pwede naman ho lumabas ho yan sa opisina. Sabi nga ho sa isang kaso, kung hindi naman dyan sa jurisdiction, it is an irregularity but it will not void the marriage. Because it is irregularity kung saan physically kinasal tapos yung pala nasa labas. So yun ho yung una kong tanong, is there really a need to amend? No. There is a need to amend. Ako, I think the physical presence pa rin ho kasi yung dalawa at saka man lang yung solemnizing officer. Kasi kailangan makita ho ng solemnizing officer that these people are given their consent really. Different when you're not in front of the solemnizing officer. And then you have your witnesses. But again, the reason why you have witnesses is precisely for the witnesses to see for themselves. These people are giving their consent freely and voluntarily.
Yeah, but bottom line, attorney, is there will still have to be a minimum requirement and a minimum condition for people to gather, whether it's 2 people or 3 people or 5 people.
Yes, sir.
I think this bill was considered because, or somebody thought of this because they're looking at the abnormal situation right now, and
Yes.
literally people can't go out. But
Yes.
even when people can go out, there will still be a certain minimum requirement that you will
Yes.
need, di ba?
Yes,
Yes.
because the problem actually with virtual weddings is how sure are we, like what you pointed out earlier, that it's really them, okay? That
Okay.
it's not another person. Because then you
Okay.
can do
Yeah, but attorney, let me turn the question the other way around. Nung ECQ, at the height of ECQ, na talagang stricto, na walang aalis sa bahay, dyan lang kayo, it would really have been impossible,
correct.
given the law.
Agree.
Di ba?
Agree.
Okay.
You really cannot have
Mm.
a marriage solemnized because you're not allowed to go out.
Okay.